Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we're going to do a channeled message that I have for you, and then we're going to cover the next 2 weeks in Moon Astrology, and so that will be May. The 25th through the 31st, and then I will timestamp, and you could come back and check it out later, but then we will do June 1st through the 7th. So, great way to get channeled messages for you. Always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising to see which one resonates for you, but when you comment, then I write your name into my book, my little book of names here. I keep track of everybody, and then I really try to focus on this when I'm trying to channel messages. So yours is really fun and interesting. It was really fun and interesting. The first thing I saw was a pinwheel. And then I saw a yard ball. You know, when my kids were little, they liked those yard balls that, you know, those little plastic, they're brightly colored ones at like the grocery store or whatever in the big bins. And sometimes they would be like bouncing through the store while I was shopping, and I thought, oh great, where are my kids? It was always them. And then I saw a bicycle tire with the streamers through the little spokes, you know, going round and around. And then I saw a Ferris wheel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Wheel of Fortune energy. That's what's going on here. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, but it's turning in your favor because it was all fun. It was all lighthearted. It was all inner child play. It's like letting your inner child out to play. Delving into your creativity will help to get the Wheel of Fortune turning and rolling in your favor. It's like you getting out there and doing something fun, blowing bubbles, splashing around in the water, doing something that you find reminiscent, I think, of your childhood would be very helpful. So whatever that is, you know, is it going out and, well, it's still early here in Michigan to look for the fireflies, but they're around the corner. So what is it that you're going to do that's going to bring in the joy, that's going to bring in that inner child work for you? Because I think that's how you get the energy moving in your favor. I think that is what is necessary. So what I heard was, where do you want the next chapter to take you? What is completing, and where do you want the next chapter to take you? So that's kind of some big stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get into what is going on here. I will timestamp that, and we will get into the first week that we're doing today, which is May 25th through the 31st, May 25th through the 31st. We start out with this energy right now. We got a lot of planets going retrograde, right? And so I feel like the whole world wants to go really fast, but the universe is saying no, slow, but steady. I feel like steady progress is I keep getting this image of, you know, the tortoise and the hare. And so slow and steady wins the race is kind of the energy that I'm picking up generally and overall for everybody. And so we start out with that moon in Cancer, and that is in your 5th house of fun and creativity and romance. And so no wonder you had all that child energy coming through, right? And so it's about, what do you want to grow? What choice do you want to make to promote growth? And also self-love. Self-love is a very big deal in general for everybody. And right now, here's this opportunity for you to find things that bring you the joy. Okay, so you have a drift in the shallow water. The answers are within you. The answers are within everyone. But shallow water is more like the Cancer water than the Cancerian water than it is the Piscean water, right? Piscean water is that going deep into your emotions, but the answers are within you. I don't know how deep you have to go, but you are going to be pulling in to internalize to get this information. But stay optimistic. It says take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace and notice the small things and appreciate them. Let your inner child out to play. Do the fun things. Notice that when you need to find some peace, you know, go ahead and pull within. But this feels more like that. And then we have this. Also, look how shallow the water is. It's just an otter. You could see all the daylight coming through. It says keep it in check. Pay attention to what's going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So I think staying in the shallows and not going too deep and paying attention to what's going on around you, how you feel about things, the Wheel of Fortune is turning, but I think it requires the effort of you, maybe like the merry-go-round when you were a child, like jumping off and running around and then hopping on and then spin, 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 right? Like, it's going to require some effort from you, but it looks good. This is happening, where is this happening? I was going to say 10th house. That's wrong. It's your 5th house of fun and romance. It's creativity. And then when you get into the moon in Leo on Wednesday, it's about communication. It's about communicating, I think, with yourself, though. About what, because it's work-life balance. So what nourishes your soul? How can you, like, maybe talk to your loved ones and your family and your support system about how you can create this balance in your life that nourishes your soul and allows you to find the path forward for the direction that you want to go in. How do you get there? How do you take things forward? We've got Mercury moving into Cancer on Thursday. And so it's also going to be in conjunction with that North Node. Now, the North Node is in... It's like wobbling back and forth between Gemini and Cancer right now. And so there is one more round of eclipses coming up on the solstice and then on July 5th in the Cancer-Capricorn axis. But on June 5th, at the end of next week, there is that eclipse coming in the Gemini-Sagittarius. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but there's this energy right now with Mercury going into Cancer about the ability that you have to tap into your intuition. Using that superpower is really going to be a great way to navigate through this. Now, Mercury is going to go retrograde in Cancer, and when it's in a fellow water sign, I think other water signs notice it more. And this particular one feels very potent as far as, especially if you're Cancer. If you have Cancer strong in your chart anywhere, I think you're really going to notice this Mercury retrograde, but I don't know that it's like the usual way that people notice it. I think that it's going to be a whole new way of communicating. And so this communication cards feels very important. Think about how you're communicating now to other people, how you want to be communicated with, and how you're going forward. And remember that what you reflect out into the world comes back to you, right? So pay attention to how you're doing things, and also protecting yourself from missiles being thrown in your direction is what I just saw. Whoa, like those yard darts. Okay, so keeping it playful, keeping it fun, but looking out for maybe the people who are not playing so nice, right? So the moon is going to move into... Okay, so this is what I heard, but it's a child game. Okay, so here's the thing. Other people are playing. They think it's fun. They don't necessarily realize that they're saying hurtful things, that they're communicating in a hurtful way. And so finding a way to communicate to them how you feel about what they said without becoming victimized by it. So stepping into your power, saying, so one thing I learned to say, because, I have that Pisces moon, and so wow, sometimes what people say really hurts, and I learned to say things like, well, ouch, and they stop and they think, wait, what did I say? That's when they kind of realize that, oh, that's not so much fun. And I would teach my kids, well, if everybody's not laughing, then it's not really funny. And so that's something you could teach your kids, but in a social situation where it's happening to you, saying that doesn't really yield the results you want. But when you go, ooh, ouch, I forgot my armor today, that might be a way to really to get them to stop and think about what it was they just said. So find a way to kind of laugh it off. And I think that's important because we have this card right here, the Bougainvillea, which says to shield yourself. It says to shield yourself. I need a little more light. It says invoke protection to bring the situation to a speedy end. And so I feel like there's a situation that you need to communicate where somebody is they think they're being funny. They think they're having fun, but maybe you're not. So the games people play, I just heard. Okay, so So standing up for yourself and stepping into your power becomes important. So assessing the situation, right? Assessing the situation. And I feel like this is going to end up revolving around your work situation. Doesn't feel like home. It feels like out there in the business world where you're trying to create something and get something done, maybe there's a situation at work where people are just not very kind in the way that they say things, or somebody's got insecurity issues and they're like, I don't know, just pay attention to what people are saying. Try not to take it personally, but at the same time, stand up for yourself. So it's going to take using your intuition and really discerning how to handle the situation. But we also have financial healing, which is nice. It says your money strategies are your money struggles are a thing of the past. Be open to avenues of receiving, and you'll be provided for in every way. And so that is good news. That's that positive attitude of bringing in the abundance. But this protection, now it could be protecting yourself from people. It could be protecting a financial situation. That's going on, though, in your 7th house of partnership. So there might be a need to okay, my throat is so sore and so tight while I'm trying to do your reading. Now, it could be because I've been doing readings since, so I'm going into my 11th hour of doing readings today. It could be that, but I have not had this problem all day, and it is just struggling right now. And I'm kind of wondering if you need to speak up. Maybe the situation is that you don't feel respected in the home situation as a breadwinner. As in, you work too, but because you don't have the high-powered job, that somehow you feel demoted within that situation. Wow, what is this energy? So, your playful attitude, the way you communicate, if you want to turn a situation around and have it benefit you, to have it, to gain the respect you need, to have the enjoyment, to have the fun, it's how you communicate your needs, your wants, your desires. And doing it from a playful manner will make all of the difference in the world. Doing it from the, you really hurt my feelings and I'm a victim, doesn't help the situation. The way you get this to turn around and really move in your favor is to have fun with it. Not make fun of somebody, but, keep it lighthearted and at the same time make your point. Make your point. So, I feel like there's a little fear and anxiety going on. We have Libra here. Libra is in your 8th house of transformation. And so there's a change happening and it's creating anxieties. But the thing about anxieties and fears is that they haven't happened. And so you're worried about something that may or may not happen. And what you focus on, you're such a manifester, is what you're going to create. And so focusing on what you want to bring in. The financial success, the respect, the treatment, the kindness, the whatever it is that you're trying to bring in, focusing on that. And so you have Shield Maiden. So again with the shield. But this one says, make a plan and focus. And so if this is about a financial situation and you need to sit down and communicate with your partner about the financial situation and you're coming up with, how you're going to manage things, and shielding yourself could literally be shielding the family budget through making strategic cuts or changing things, or this feels so practical, like very practical energy of things that you need to do to make your life feel more enjoyable. We have trust in the unknown and learn from spiritual experience. Pisces, you can tap into your intuition. You can tap into your past lives. You can tap into the Akashic wisdom that has been so much easier than a lot of other signs can. And so this feels really important that you spend time in thought and meditation and say, I call in my power. I call in my power and wisdom from all lifetimes to help me to address the situation. I call in my power and my wisdom from all lifetimes to help me to address the situation. This is a very powerful way to take control of whatever the situation is that is weighing on you like this. You are a manifester and you can create whatever. You absolutely can. And so I call in my power. I call in my power from all lifetimes. My wisdom is a great way to tap in. So we're going to talk about June 1st through the 7th. I didn't really want to miss that statement in case you're coming back to look at this. I want to remind you. So again, the moon is in Libra, and it's a great time for conversations with your partners about the things that are really, really important in your life and creating this balance and listening with your heart and communicating from the heart with authenticity about what it is that you want to transform in your life. This is communication with yourself. This is communication with your higher self, with spirit. This is willing to trust. This is making a plan, but it is about communication. About what it is and really listening. And so this is all going on in that 8th house of transformation. And how do you want to transform your life? By creating these safe boundaries around yourself of self-love. Loving yourself enough to create this shield of protection, to make this plan, to stick to it, to having the willpower to focus on what it is that's going to bring the joy and the balance into your life. That's going to bring in what it is that you truly desire. And so this is tapping into when the moon moves into your 9th house there, Scorpio, on Tuesday. This is really tapping into your ability to connect with spirit and connect with your higher self. There may be that you need to do some research or really take another class, or there might be some actual 3D world action step, but at the same time, allowing yourself to be spiritually guided through the situation, the sudden insights that should be coming to you, paying attention to that gut reaction of yours. You know how to use your intuition, Pisces. So really using your superpower through this couple of weeks, it feels very, very important. More so than I've run into yet with all the rest of the signs. There's been some of it, but this feels... My nose is itching so much. This feels very intense and like a commitment that you are making to yourself to reconnect with spirit and to trust, and that the healthy boundaries that you're placing around you. This is the part where you are letting go of what doesn't work and manifesting for yourself, creating for yourself what it is that you really want. Look at this. This is about thinking about what you've done in the past and what has worked and what doesn't, but also this is focusing on what you're going to create. What you think about, you will manifest. You got the card of the manifester. It is through your willpower, through your focus. See the focusing, and we've got the butterfly up there on the forehead. You focusing on what it is that you want to create, that you want to bring in. This doesn't feel like this lifetime. This is tapping into your past life wisdom and ability and all the knowledge to bring about what you're trying to create here. Wow. Woo! The room is singing with energy. Okay. On Thursday, the moon is going to move into Sagittarius at 1:17 p.m. Take the time to congratulate yourself, to celebrate the successes that you've had along the way in what it is that you're trying to do here. And is this is happening in your 10th house. This of career and so where have you been successful? What are your skills? Maybe you're brushing up on your resume. That would be a way to sit down and really celebrate what you've learned and your skill set and your accomplishments, because maybe you actually need to physically put them on paper as part of that, or you could be doing it as a part of your manifestation. Oh, wow. Woo! Okay. So powerful what's going on with you right now. All right, so Then on Friday, the sun is going to come into conjunction with Venus. At the same time, it comes into opposition at 15 degrees of Sagittarius for a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses are about releasing on the inner plane what is holding you back. What is holding you back in your career is in your job sector, right? It's moving away from long-held beliefs, and maybe you don't think you're good enough, or maybe you don't have the skills you need. Well, you can get the skills you need. Maybe you don't assert yourself enough. Maybe you don't speak up enough. Maybe you need to find a way to speak up in a way that people will listen to get you to where you want to go. There is something happening here, but you have the ability. Look, so it's in the South Node is where the eclipse happens, and you got the South Node card. This is so powerful. This is you on the inside taking the action, stepping into your masculine energy of I am going to take control and authority of my life and create space so that I can blossom, so that I can grow in the sector. And so being willing to let go and move past. So we have a fiery climax approaches. I don't know if you're going to tell somebody to take this job and shove it, or if it's just this fiery, I know what it is I want and I'm going to create it, because you have confidence is the key. Your confidence, your belief in yourself. So take the time to sit down and really think about what you know, what you've learned, what skills are you bringing? Because we have need and necessity. And need and necessity is about the balancing of the yin and the yang, the internalizing and the externalizing. And so releasing what is internal that is preventing you from achieving in the external. Wow. Okay. Big stuff. Big stuff. All right. So then on Saturday. Wow. The moon is going to move into Capricorn. Capricorn gets stuff done, right? That's in your 11th house of groups and group activities. It is hard working. It is hard pushing energy. And this is the time to do a little self-reflecting on how you present yourself to the world. Her head is above the emotional waters. This is clear thinking, self-reflection. What works, what doesn't work, what brings the joy, what brings the pleasure into your life, and taking responsibility for creating, co-creating with spirit what it is that you are trying to accomplish here. Learn from spiritual teachers. I really encourage you to spend some time in meditation, to figure out where it is you're going. You have time to collaborate. I feel like this is collaboration with spirit, but because it's happening in your groups and group activities area, there may be people that spirit puts in your way that, that places in your life to help you take a look around. Who can you work with to move things forward? How can you co-create in the 3D world and with spirit sending you people? This is manifestation energy. This is huge. This is huge. And I feel like it's really so much around what's going on in your career sector. And you standing up for and believing in yourself. And it's about your self-worth. It is about feeling like, no, look, I'm really worth a raise. I deserve a raise because look at all the things I do. Or I want better working conditions. I need more flex time. What is it that you need? And having the confidence to ask for it and figure out how to bring it in. And after all of that powerful energy of really connecting to a spirit, remembering that it is about enjoying your life, right? It's about that work-life balance of I'm here to enjoy my life and to be treated in the way I deserve to be treated. You have white, which is lighten up. Now, to me, this means a couple of things. Look at that. That's that white light of spirit. I lighten up because of the image of the Ferris wheel, and so the inner child coming out to play feels important, right? Bringing the joy back into your life. But this feels like also transmutation of negative dark energies. And so whenever you feel yourself being, you have the shield, right? So surround yourself with white light as you move out into the day or you can ask St. Michael to come and protect you. But don't let what other people say or do get into your energy space. And when something comes in that feels negative, imagine it coming in like this black dart, and you look at it and you go, you're white sparklies, and transmute it, and have fun with it, because it'll lighten your spirit up, and it's a really powerful tool. Lots going on there, Pisces. All right, I will see you back here on Monday next week, and we will talk about the last couple weeks of Gemini season and how those energies will affect you and apply for you. And we're going to make it hopefully a little lighter than these readings have been. These readings have been powerful, but I think it's because of that eclipse. And so I'm hoping for a little more fun and flirty, chatty, Gemini type energy when I see you next Monday. In the meantime, stand up for yourself, ask for guidance, and don't let what's happened in the past hold you back from being the magnificent person that you were meant to be. All right? I will talk to you soon. You take care.